Do you believe in UFOs, astral projections, mental telepathy, ESP, clairvoyance, spirit photography, telekinetic movement, full trance mediums, the Loch Ness Monster, and the theory of Atlantis?
If there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say.
Messaged me yesterday to say hello, and then nothing.
Oh, that's the worst.
So I'm like, what the do you want something? What do you want?
It's like when somebody tries to call you, you miss it, you try to call them back immediately and they don't pick up.
Yeah.
And then you try to call them back again like 5 minutes later and they don't pick up and you're like,
I guess they didn't really want anything. Okay, so welcome to Just Sick, and I'm John.
I'm Ben.
Cobra.
Is that the title?
Yeah, Just Sick.
Oh, okay.
It has different connotations, so.
Okay.
Does it?
Yeah.
It could. I don't
know.
Sure. No, I'm not sure. It's just short and to the point. Today's episode is going to be on cryptozoology, just basically Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, shit like that.
What about ghosts and apparitions?
Ghosts and apparitions, whatever. Just stuff that people think are real. Whatever. Group it all together. I don't care.
Well, I think cryptozoology is only animals.
Yeah, it's animals.
Unknown animals.
Yeah, but fuck it.
We're going to expand on it a little bit.
It's called paranormal, the unknown.
Yeah. Dead cows, dead other ghosts.
Cool.
Ghost cows. Yeah.
I know all about cows being dead. Ritual. I've never.
Oh, okay. Did you ever tip one?
I've never tipped a cow.
I have tipped a cow.
That seems rude.
Yeah, it seems like they fall right on their side.
Like animal
They look at
cruelty.
you when they hit the ground like, why? Why did you do this to me?
You're so rude.
Animal cruelty. PETA.
Peter, fucking assholes, but that's for another day. Of any of the things that would be considered cryptozoology, would you consider any of them to be possibly real?
Maybe something in the ocean, just because the ocean's so big and so unexplored that.
But like what? Like a Loch Ness monster?
Well, like I don't even know.
Or this thing, a giant fucking squid. We know there's giant squids.
That's not a giant squid. I think it's
What
a
is
dead
that?
shark.
It's
Or a
not
dead
a shark.
Dead whale.
You think it's a whale?
I think it's like a dead blue whale or something.
Well, they can't identify right now because it's just a bloated corpse.
And also washed up in a third world country.
Yeah, where people are like, check it out! And they're like right next to it in the bloody water.
So gross.
Giving a thumbs up selfie if they had a phone.
Just picture somebody slipping and just getting face first into that water. That's a dead whale.
Well, for something like the Loch Ness Monster, I don't think it could exist only because they only think there's... They thought there were more, and there was a way for them to...
There's also not a big enough food supply.
That also. Is there or is there not a connection between the ocean and Loch Ness?
I think there's like there's channels that go under, under land. Like there are, and there is like a river I think that flows.
So it would be possible for them to come in from the ocean, but not probable.
No.
But could they live in Loch Ness?
Could
is
they
it a
live
saltwater lake? Or
No,
is
it's
it,
freshwater.
See, though, that would be a problem for
But
me.
the best explanation I think I've ever heard is that there are type of whale that can come up into freshwater, or else some sort of large seal
that can
come in.
Because it's never a full view of it. It's always like a hump or something.
Right out of the water. But that's probably the best.
I mean, there's been people who say they've seen it on land, but I think they're fucking full of shit.
Yeah, I've also...
Aren't all the pictures hoaxes?
Yeah, almost all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the most famous ones.
There's always something wrong with one of them, like not just that famous one from the black and white one that I think proven a hoax later in life. Even some of the ones that were taken like 70s or the 80s, it's like, oh, I don't have the negatives. I don't know where they went.
Like
could it be a giant sturgeon that happened to be like 80 years old and just is like 15 feet long?
Yeah, that's another one that they think
and it's coming to the
is
top
possibility
being like,
is
kill
because
me.
They're real lumpy on their back. They have what would you call them?
A humpback?
Yeah, I mean there's ridges all over their backs.
Quasimodo syndrome.
But
I wouldn't say it's not possible. I just don't think in that area it is, because there's other places where people have seen.
Yeah, there's a whole group of what they call lake monsters, and they're even in America we have some.
There's one for Lake Erie too. Even I mean they're everywhere.
What's in Lake Erie?
I guess I have the internet right here.
I remember reading a story. I don't know. I was probably a kid or whatever. It was in one of the local papers, and it was some boater up in Erie claims that something was. He had his, the boat floored flying across the lake, and something was keeping up. He couldn't tell what it was, but it was keeping up with his boat. It was like Like, come on.
Fastest fish in the world.
There's Lake Erie. There's a ton of these. Every single Great Lake seems to have one.
Oh,
Lake Ontario.
Might just Google Lake Erie Monster. Oh, you'll probably get the hockey team.
Yeah. Lake Erie. Bessie.
Bessie?
Bessie.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I bet that's real.
I bet there's no pictures of Bessie.
Let me see. It's just a big question mark. Sightings of the alleged monster in '69, the '80s, and 1993. A $5,000 reward has been offered for the capture.
I bet that 93 sighting was the one that I read.
What did they describe it as?
Snake-like and 9 to 12 meters long and a foot in diameter with a grayish color.
See, that's always the description. You think Loch Ness Monster, you think dinosaur, but a lot of the descriptions are of like a giant eel, basically. Mm-hmm. And all I can think of is the Bride.
The Shrieking Eels?
Yeah, the Shrieking Eel.
Princess Bride is great.
It is.
I listened to all sorts of Andre the Giant stuff yesterday. Great.
Too late on this.
At work.
You're trying to shut him up.
The Princess Bride is great. Hit a button without looking.
Okay, here we go. What kind of pet? God damn it!
What is that?
What did it say?
I think it just said Wombo Combo, because that's what it's labeled as. Last week I went with what? Broom, broom, broom? Loch Ness Monster, no.
I don't think so.
Okay. No.
Right. Bigfoot.
Favorite.
Yeah.
Is that
seen on every continent except Antarctica?
Is that the same as Snoopy?
I think they lump them all in.
Yeti.
Just different.
Yeah, Yeti's just another word for it, so Sasquatch, yeah.
The abominable.
So are we talking about the North American one? Can it survive here, or just in general?
Just in general.
No.
Just absolutely not.
It's one I would love to believe in, or have come true, but I just don't think something could. I know that there's video and pictures, but there's no body, there's no science behind it.
I think if they were just basically primates that we just haven't identified, and they just lived in isolated areas, then yeah, it'd be fine. But they give them these like human traits. No, it's not a hairy human living in the woods.
Oh.
Harry and the Hendersons?
Yeah, it's not. No.
It's not out there.
Look at that movie.
Oh.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Where he jumps on the car, scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, I love when he slams on the brakes. That's the same guy that played Predator, right? That actor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, just
no. He would have been found.
Cobra?
He would have been found by now. I feel, or someone would have had evidence of.
How dare you presume to know sex of Bigfoot? He would have been found.
Oh, sorry. He's probably asexual, right? Or does Bigfoot get it on?
Have to be more than one.
Yeah.
So
which would make
Bigfoot must get it on.
That's the thing with all of these. There has to be more than one of them to survive.
Then where are they?
Yeah, there would be. You'd see them if there were more than one.
So
one day the Yeti will walk among us.
People who quote study Bigfoot or cryptozoology, concentrating on Bigfoot, they always refer to the Native American legend, wild men, wild hairy men living in the hills or whatnot. Like, what do you think of those?
Wild hairy men living in the.
I think
just wild man, people.
I could see that. I mean,
do you think they
They're
smoked
still...
that peyote and
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then they got
yeah, they're like, let me have buffalo. That ain't a buffalo. That is a Bigfoot.
Well, what are they're not hieroglyphs, but the Native Americans used to draw on rocks. A lot of them are out west. It's a lot drier, so they're preserved better. But you'll see, like, they drew a foot, like a large foot, and these idiots saying, like, well, what else could it be? Why would they draw that? Right. And if you look right beside them, there's hands, like, but they never talk about. They never talk about that. Like, why would they draw those hands? Has to be, big hands. Why, it's just a foot. I don't know.
So we're gonna say
no
Bigfoot believers are.
I would love for it to be true, but
are nuts.
Yeah. Here's like nuts. If they ever found what they were looking for. Like, their careers would be over.
Would they be crushed?
So I would think that they're not even really trying that hard to find them.
Well, no. I mean, I'm sure there's people who do take it seriously, and then there's people who, like that show.
Yeah, if they found him on the show would be over.
Yeah.
So it's not to their best interest to find him.
Actually, no. Somebody who's...
God. Awful.
May God have mercy on your soul.
I would love it for it to be true, but...
Probably not.
It just can't be.
Did you ever see look up the picture of there was a Bigfoot spotted in the Allegheny National Forest. Just type in Bigfoot, Allegheny National Forest. Someone caught something on a trail cam, and they think it's like a Bigfoot. I think it's a bear with mange. But have you ever seen a bear, like, in real life? Mm-hmm. They don't walk like you think they walk. And, like, so if someone who, if you don't, that first one there, I think it's a bear with mange.
It looks real skinny though. I mean, it could be anything wild.
Yeah, I don't know when the picture was taken, if it was like spring or where like a bear coming out of hibernation might be a little skinnier than.
And it's hard to even tell like if these are his legs for sure.
Yeah.
Like, is his head over here for sure?
I think there's a couple of them. That one's not as good of a picture, but I thought there was like a series of 3 or 4 pictures.
I mean, that looks real.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To post some of these pictures on
Is this real?
Yeah. Alright, what's next?
Go aliens.
Aliens? Alright.
Aliens.
I'm 100% on board with them being real. Of course they are.
I believe that...
In what capacity, though?
Mathematically, there has to be other...
Why?
Because mathematically, there has to be...
There's billions of stars just in this galaxy. Each star could have planets around it, so...
There has to be life. Whether it's intelligent...
Could. Doesn't mean it does.
Whether it's intelligent life, or just something...
Microbes or something.
There is other life out there.
There absolutely
Whether they're coming here...
Yeah, they're not flying down in
if they're
saucers.
just an organism on another planet somewhere,
that's life.
It might be life, but that's not. I wouldn't call that like an alien. I'm talking about alien intruders, like have spacecrafts coming down from the sky. Independence Day motherfuckers. Are those real?
Well, not the ones from Independence Day.
No,
probably.
I mean,
what are the two? There's a math formula it's famous. I can't remember what it's called, about why there are other life out there.
Theorem.
That's to do with shapes, I think.
It is geometry. Hit the button, yeah!
Yeah, do it.
This is the perfect time.
Pythagoras. Kind of like aliens. What do? They probe you.
I bet the people next door are like hiding.
Probably. But then there's the God damn it! I lost my train of thought. What's the?
I don't know the math equation, but was it Stephen Hawking?
Nah, he's one of the scientists at Los Alamos at the Manhattan Project. The Fermi Paradox. And
what's the Fermi Paradox? If there are here,
if there are mathematically they have to be out there. Where are they? And they were also creating atomic weapons at the time, which are weapons that now have the capacity to destroy ourselves. So that was one of Fermi's answers, that if you have a progression like us, eventually every civilization will have the opportunity to destroy itself. And did they make that decision?
Maybe, but I think the bigger issue is that they're just too far away to get here.
That's
I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, they destroy themselves or not.
Like, space is like, there's a reason they call it space.
The numbers are so insane when it comes to space.
How
and space
long?
travel.
It's space infinity. It just goes on forever.
It could be.
I
mean, even if it isn't, what's on the other side of the end of it?
I hate space because it's just guesses on everything.
It literally is guesses.
So
people write math equations on the board that are huge that they probably don't understand, and they go, yeah, according to this, there's like 8 billion trillion stars.
I tested this in in their place in Switzerland?
CERN!
They do all
those.
The Hadron Collider?
Yeah. All those tests. Like,
there's a bunch of people who
but
think...
that doesn't mean just in space. It's such a small sample of what is so much bigger.
Yeah, we can't see most of it.
What's going on out there?
And even what we can see is like from the past, because it takes so long for the light to get here. So we're not getting an accurate reading of what's actually out there.
I tried to explain that to my dad once.
Yeah.
How light. Like if something happened to the sun, wouldn't know for
8 minutes.
8 minutes, and he was just so trying to explain it to him.
On the Joe Rogan podcast I was listening to, he had what's his name on there? Your boy
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had him on there, and they were talking about if an asteroid was coming to the planet, and I think Stephen Hawking said something about trying to get 1 billion people, or try to get life on Mars and get people up there living.
Yeah.
And he used 1 billion people for example. He's like, you wouldn't want to take like 50 people, you'd take a significant amount of people up there. And he's like, but I would hope that before that could happen, that we would be able to stop or deflect the asteroid, and it would cost a lot less money than us trying to send 1 billion people and sustain life on Mars.
We need to keep
I
Bruce
thought that
Willis
was so
alive
funny.
as long as we can.
We just send Bruce Willis up.
I hate that movie, and it's on all the time.
It's pretty bad.
What's worse, though, that or Deep Impact?
Deep Impact.
That's a terrible movie.
I don't know what that is either.
Holy shit.
That's the same. It's the same asteroid movie.
Space movies.
They came out at the same year.
What about Aliens?
Great.
Alien.
Alien's better.
Both of them.
Yeah,
First
they're
one's
both
better.
good. What the? Okay.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Is that big a deal to you?
Doesn't look that good.
So,
I'm willing to fight over it.
so after you first, Cobra, have you ever seen anything in the sky that you could identify?
Remember that one night you caught that giant catfish and we got lost in Harrisville?
And we may have gotten probed that night.
That is the only thing
It was like
that
a
was
lost-
weird. I mean, we
We-
literally took 2 rights out of your woods, which would lead us to your house, and we ended up on the other side of Harrisville.
Yeah, but
In
we
like
lost
3
time.
hours.
We
Had
lost
elapsed.
time.
Jesus Christ.
It was so weird. And it was the
Ask-
biggest catfish ever.
Ask Wes about it.
There were lights overhead that were like, it was
I
probably
think
a
he
plane.
told us this
Yeah,
story.
and-
Yeah.
But yeah, we literally were like walking, which should have been like a 5 to 10 minute walk,
Yeah.
and we ended up
No
on the other
more.
side of Harrisville, and like 3 hours went by. It was like 5 in the morning or something at that point. We're like,
It was like
fuck
4. It
just
was still
happened?
dark, but it was like.
What was that movie where the logger got abducted? And they thought that the people who were with him did it?
Fire in the sky.
What if that happens to you guys and you have terrible flashbacks?
I freaking watched that movie by myself one time.
My dad claimed he was foot. He has a mark there.
We gotta get the chief on this one. What?
Yeah.
He claims he was abducted?
Just probed in the foot. He's got a little mark down there. He said he remembers like the.
Oh man.
Wow. Yeah, Fire in the Sky. I watched that by myself one night. It was when it came out, so teenager or something. But gee, aliens scare the hell out of me.
That scene where they're
I just
doing all
don't
their
believe in
probing
them.
is fucked up.
I don't believe in the Independence Day alien.
I don't believe in those either. I don't think that they're gonna. What would the point be?
Zap us with ray guns.
Take
yeah.
our resources. Gold. They want gold.
Fucking take it. It's a
Everybody
rock.
Did you ever
wants
Who gives
watch?
a shit?
Did you ever watch Ancient Aliens?
No.
The show. It's so entertaining.
I know
That's
they
all
think
it
they're
is.
responsible for literally everything.
Yeah, everything.
Mm-hmm.
At one point they say aliens were in cahoots with the Nazis. Well, how come the Nazis didn't win?
Oh, that was in Antarctica, wasn't it? They had like a secret base in
Yeah,
Antarctica,
yeah.
and
Who, the aliens or the Nazis?
the Nazis, and there were aliens meeting them down there, helping them out.
Oh,
What?
it's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also a theory out there that Bigfoot is an alien of some sort. That
Is he like the
Bigfoot
Predator?
sightings coincide with UFOs,
Wow.
and that people have seen Bigfoot just up and disappear right in front of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
What's the
they're
matter
nuts.
with people?
It's entertaining to listen to.
I think one thing is they see something they can't explain, and they instantly jump to must be Bigfoot or it
Well,
must be alien.
Yeah, like there's one where an ancient alien saying like some hieroglyph in Egypt, and they're like, that looks like a helicopter. To us, yes, it does, but you don't know what they thought it was.
Of course, helicopter equals alien.
Well, they
So-
found
That's
they even
correct.
found a I think it was in Central America, it was some gold. It was just a decoration, it was a piece of jewelry,
Mm.
and it probably resembled some sort of insect with wings, but they made this piece of jewelry, and like these people think, oh my god, they knew the power of flight. They had airplanes, and it's like
No, just no.
or
They didn't fly.
No, they did not.
They did not have any. Could you imagine what it would have been made out of? Brick?
That would go far.
well, they did have trees.
A
Make a
wood plank?
glider, but other than that, you're not making actual.
I guess they could jump off the
Combustion
pyramids
engine.
with a papaya reed.
Yeah, if they had hang gliders, they could probably
Papaya,
go
a
a little
fruit
bit.
reed.
Not papaya. What's it? Papyrus.
So, John, have you ever seen anything in the sky that?
Well, I have not seen anything sky, but one night when I was a kid, I had my telescope, and I was looking out the back window. The door was shut behind me, so there was no
You looking
road.
at the neighbor?
Yeah, I was checking out the neighbor, getting nude.
He was hot.
His dick was flopping in the wind. But
Kendall.
behind me there was no thank you. There was no lights coming in. There was no road, and it was completely pitch black, and I was looking up, and the whole room lit up for no reason. I don't know what the fuck happened, and then it just was gone. It couldn't have been a car. I don't know what it could have been. I have no idea. But that's the closest thing
Just
to.
make something up.
A spotlight.
I should have. I
Should've
should
been
have
a
been like
spotlight.
Chupacabra had a flashlight and was up on my roof.
I was on my way where we all work one morning, and it was on a weekend. Actually, I think it was like a Sunday morning. I don't think I could get on the computer system till 9 on Sundays. Yeah, so it had to have been it was light out, and not too many people were traveling to where we work. You know how busy it gets. I'm just driving, Shields Road.
I do know Shields Road.
Yeah. Right this will sound not true now because I'm about to say, like, I passed the trailer court.
Well, there it is. That's where they like to hang out most.
But I just caught something in the sky, and it was real high up in the atmosphere. But it looked like a reflection, like a metallic reflection off the sun. And it was moving, and it zigzagged a couple times, and then just shot into the sky, like, and disappeared. It didn't go over the horizon or anything. It just shot straight up and disappeared. It was very bright, metallic, like, it was reflecting off the sun, obviously.
Right.
But I'm like, what was that?
Could it have been that little thing that you see in your eye every so
A
often?
squiggle?
Yeah.
Those are called floaters, actually.
I have them right now.
No, this is very...
And it looks like an alien.
I know there was some physical thing in the sky. I don't know what it was.
My question is,
That's
when
probably the craziest thing.
I want to hit the button again.
Go ahead. I don't care. Just hit it as many times as you want.
You don't believe me?
Fuck!
The blue one?
I'm not allowed to hit the button.
Really?
What was that?
That was stupid.
Well, that's it. You
Now
and I
I'm
get
done.
one more turn, and that's it.
Any other... Are we done with aliens? Do you have anything else?
No, I just wondered why it would. But you see people saying that ships do that all the time. That they kind of go back and forth and then just take off. What are they doing? Like, what the fuck are they up there doing? Like, whoa, pull the controllers. Just,
That was probably that's the only thing I don't even know what it would have been. I know it was shiny, like reflecting off the sunset. It's very bright.
Okay, so I would say
A crazy jet.
could be a crazy jet. Yeah. I would say aliens probably, but not coming here in metallic spaceships. That's what I would say.
Well, post World War II, you can chalk a lot of it up to military technology. Before that, though, with the
Crazy people.
Yeah. That's kind of what I
sci-fi writers,
Yeah,
like going Jules
exactly.
Verne, or
Right.
because
I don't think there were too many reports, at least not written down in history, pre-1900, of people reporting UFOs.
Well, there was a big thing in the late 1800s, but it was around the time Jules Verne was writing science fiction, and there was an outbreak of airships people seeing, and it's like, how come people don't see those anymore?
Yeah.
Why is it always kind of the technology we have today,
They
just
died
a little more advanced? That's
That's
what people are seeing.
century.
That's what people are seeing. So,
What do you think, Cobra?
although we are in a hotbed in Pennsylvania.
No, I don't think alien. I mean, could there be like organisms on other planets? Yeah, but not like
Not like us.
a race where they're working or like
We
sustaining
anthropomorphize
life, like
everything.
Did you ever,
Everything.
Did you ever notice all the alien descriptions? They always seem like a very
Humanoid.
well. They also seem like almost like a communist society. Like
Oh, gee, yeah.
like everyone's wearing the same thing. Everyone's like, why is
always
that?
gotta sneak your politics onto this show.
No,
don't
I'm
you?
just asking. Like, it just seems like, who are the janitor aliens? Come on.
They're there.
They just don't get to come down on the ships.
You know
Only
what
the
else I
best get to
hate?
Come down.
I hate Conehead. Weren't they aliens?
Yeah, and that movie sucked.
That movie's
Dan
horrible.
Aykroyd running around with a bald cap,
I
pointy bald
hate-
cap.
Dan Aykroyd.
And if humans were so, we have.
Did you get new glasses?
No.
I haven't seen those glasses on.
Yeah, you did.
What are they
Here
looking at?
numerous times. If we have so many different looking people on Earth,
Again, that's over 3.
That's a.
if we have so many different looking people on Earth, so like all three of us look quite different. Why do aliens all look the same?
They're inbred.
Because maybe their evolution has finally gotten them all to one thing. Ours
That's the
hasn't
only
reached
way
that
they can
point yet.
sustain life.
I'm making this up because they aren't actually there. So I can say whatever I want about them.
Last thing on aliens, what'd you think of Find Fellow?
I liked that movie.
Did too.
I really did.
Ah!
No, you're out. Sorry.
I really.
Boo!
I enjoyed
that
that
movie's
movie.
not
I
good.
know if you actually think about it, it's kind of stupid. Like, if water kills them, why would you come to a planet that's
Filled with water.
And you would die anyways because there's water constantly in the air.
Yeah, it rains.
No, but I meant just.
M. Night Shyamalan is a dickhead. There, I said
Is
it.
he? Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I saw The Village, and that makes him a dickhead. He got
Yeah,
my
he
750.
started dropping there. His first 3, outstanding.
I think he
No.
stopped letting people get their fingers in his movies, and it probably might have helped him.
Yeah.
I mean, these were exactly what he wanted every single time, with
never-
no outside influence.
I never saw was the Evil. I never saw that.
I did. Paul
I never
Giamatti.
saw that one, and I never saw
I saw The Visit, and it was stupid.
It wasn't that good.
Visit.
The Visit had me kind of guessing for a while.
What's the visit?
These kids go to see their grandparents they haven't seen forever, and
Spoiler, it's not their grandparents.
it's two old people that escaped the home and murdered their
Is
grandparents.
this recent?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
like 2015.
Saw it in
14
theaters
or
and I was
something.
like, oh, that's pretty good. And then the end is just garbage.
Except there's a 10-year-old kid that raps the whole time in
Yeah.
it, and it is
That's how the movie
awful.
ends.
He gets a diaper shoved in his face, an old Depend diaper.
Unbreakable's good.
I don't like Bruce Willis. I don't like superhero movies. Fuck that.
That's what the new one ties into, I guess. Split ties into Unbreakable.
Did you see it?
No,
No,
but
yeah.
why 22 personalities or 23 or 20? That's so many. Why not just 5? 5 would have been fine.
Is the number the same amount of chromosomes?
Is it?
I'm asking.
Is that
Maybe.
26?
Well, you were like 22, 23. I was like, well, which number is it? Like,
It's 23.
Oh.
40.
I don't know.
Nobody cares.
Write in. Let us know how many chromosomes we have.
46.
46.
I think 20 something.
I
I
thought it
thought
was
we had
26.
46 chromosomes.
I have no idea. This is why we're not
Do we know anything?
biologists. No. All right. Where do
Any
you want to
other-
go next? We can either go ghost or we can go like creatures such as the New Jersey Devil,
Well,
which
we
I've
know,
seen a
The
picture of,
Mothman.
by the way, and
we know from our discussions of paranormal activity how Cobra feels about ghosts. Although your house is haunted. Your parents' house.
I can explain everything.
no on ghosts.
Never seen a ghost.
Either have I.
Neither have I.
Has weird shit happened to me?
22
Yes.
pairs of chromosomes.
22 pairs. Okay. Well, I can
So
tell you a
46
story why
chromosomes,
I
huh?
don't have an explanation for it.
Oh,
When I was ghost hunting like an ass.
that's when you got lost and the
This is-
National Guard had to be called in.
No, it's a different time. We were ghost hunting at not Marine State Park. What's the other part of it? With the covered bridge,
Oh, Connell's Mills.
McConnell's Mills. And there's a covered bridge where you're supposed to drive on it, turn, the same old thing. turn
Yeah,
your
isn't
lights
that
off.
the old mill keeper?
Yeah.
It's like right out of a Scooby-Doo episode.
Well, this is supposed to be
He
some
would have
little,
gone away for it too if
some
it
little
wasn't for
girl
those
or
kids.
something, right?
No. You're getting your stories mixed up about Marine State Park. That's Effie, the little girl.
Okay.
I can tell you, actually, I do have the right. Go ahead with yours.
Okay, well, we did all the stuff you're supposed to do, and nothing happened, right? So then we just started grabbing all of our dumbass equipment because we thought we were cool. And we were walking around.
Were you pulling a race stance?
Oh, yeah. Peter Venkman with like a fucking turkey baster just squishing it. But I was walking down the bridge, and
I can see you out there.
yeah, I had my little voice recorder with the headphones and
The headphones.
giant fucking headphones. I look like an asshole.
You
But I
couldn't
was
hear the car coming behind you.
well, no, this
He's got his
one of
Geiger
the
meter.
women that was with us started yelling at me from the other end of the
Women?
bridge. Yeah, there was like 6 or 7 of us that went. We went to some cool
These people
places.
your own age?
Yeah, we
Oh,
went.
okay. You
we
say
got
women, I think.
we got to go into a theater in Pittsburgh. We had the whole place shut down for
Were
us
you in like a paranormal society?
for
like
a
ghost hunting
short period of time, and that's why I don't believe in ghosts. That's why I don't believe in ghosts. But this was weird though. Like this.
He was so mad at Taps.
Yeah, I was. Fuck taps. But I'm not gonna get into that shit.
Roto-Rooter by day, Ghost Hunter by night.
Did
But,
they steal your guys' idea or something?
No, they were just fucking terrible. They're like, did you see that? That chair might have moved maybe in the blurry. Then they'd have cameras on every side of the room, and whenever something would happen, that particular camera was not fucking working.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how you chalk it up.
Yeah,
You go stop the camera.
yeah, okay.
Of course it
Sure.
So you.
I was on the bridge. This girl's yelling at me from the other end something, so I take my headphones off, and I'm like, what?
Aren't you guys supposed to be quiet while you're doing it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why I was like, what is it? And she's like, who is that down there with you? And no joke, there was a little girl standing there.
Did you see her?
Yes, and I tried to talk to her and she didn't say anything. So I kind of like, I didn't want to do anything. I just kind of backed away.
Did you yell, get her?
Yeah. So what do we do?
Swarm!
Get her!
Swarm!
Well, I backed away and I said, hang on right here, okay? Just stay right here.
You told the girl this.
Yeah,
Stay
it
here,
was
little
like,
girl. We have candy in the van.
it was like 10:30 at night. I'm like, what is this fucking little girl doing out in the middle of fucking nowhere? She's about this tall, which
Okay.
for those of you at home who are listening,
About 2.5 feet high.
yeah. And I go back to the girl I was with, Jen, and I'm like, hey, we need to find this girl's parents or find out where the hell she's from.
You're out ghost hunting and you see a little girl and your first instinct is it's a runaway, like this girl's
I
lost?
don't know, because sure
How
enough,
physical did she look?
pretty real, I'd say. It was dark, but she looked real. And so I went back and she was gone. I don't know if it was a real girl or not.
Well,
If
someone,
it was,
there's probably a little girl's body found, but that sounds terrible.
well, that's the thing. We looked to see if there was any like missing people for like
Yeah.
the next month, missing people, missing kids, anything, because we were like, we can report something.
But
Never
you didn't,
anything.
You didn't report it though.
No, we didn't report it because we're lazy assholes.
Some
So
poor little
You didn't
girl.
want to answer the question. What the hell were you guys doing?
exactly, what were you doing at 11 o'clock at night in fucking McConnell's Mills?
A state park, you're not allowed to be there. At a certain-
So we just never said anything, and
And
there
I've
was
been like,
never
what was she doing here?
there was never any reports of anybody missing. So either that kid was with their parents and went back to their parents, or I don't want to think it was a ghost. I just can't bring myself to do it. Even though what is a 2-foot tall little girl doing in the woods at 11
And
o'clock
she didn't answer your question.
who wasn't answering anything I was saying to her?
Yes, Marine State Park, Snyder Cemetery.
Yep.
Is this where you heard her voice? Or...
Yeah, it was a little girl's voice. You know, Rich
Mhm.
and
Who was the girl there?
Grace and Misty and me. Misty was in the passenger seat. I was in the back seat, passenger side. And like Rich, he got off one of those. It's a gravel road, like deep in the woods. But there are some pull offs, and he was in one of the pull offs. It's like opens up into a field, and he's trying to turn back around. And right outside the door, I could hear this little girl giggling, and I didn't say anything. And then Missy goes, "Did anybody else just hear a kid?" And I was like, "Oh my god, it was a girl!" And her and I were the only ones that heard it. Rich and Grace on the other side of the car, they didn't hear it. That's the only thing. I swear I heard a little girl giggling. And there's supposed to go a little girl named Effie
Yeah.
buried alive somewhere in the woods there.
Only
Before it
thing-
was a state park. Like,
Yeah.
The only thing I have is one night me and Manny, we were younger, not too young. My parents were in East Brady for the night, probably 15, 12 or something. We were just watching Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and
get
I
ready
was
for
like-
that. Get ready for that scene.
no, it was on TV, I think, so we didn't have the
kids.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? But
It's got to be the most paused scene in film history.
I remember this because I had baseball cards, and I would get my price guide out,
Oh yeah.
and I would mark how much each was worth and put it in the sleeve so I knew how much value was on each card. I was doing that, and I don't know what my brother was doing. He was on the couch watching the movie. The lights got real dim, and the TV box got to like this big, and right at the very part happened was like a Jack in the Box in the mall jumped out and was like laughing, and we were like, that was really weird. Why would the picture box close it like this big and not go
the
completely
movie,
off?
The movie picture it closed.
Yeah, and it was on the Jack in the Box, and he was like laughing, and we were like, that's really weird. And then later that night, we were playing Nintendo, or actually I think it was PlayStation at the time, and we had everything put away from what we remember. And that next morning we came down before our parents got there, and everything was sprawled out. The controllers were like
Oh my god.
extended as far as it went, and we're like,
Guys just
we put
weren't
that away,
tired.
right? Yeah, it was just one crazy weird night, and then, but nothing ever. We can't explain it, but I don't know.
Our apartment that Carly and I lived in Butler.
Ooh, oh no.
There was something there. I would always see something out of the corner of your eye.
Was it one of those floaters?
No, it was you would see
It's an explanation for everything.
you would see a large it was a large shape, and it would just like walk across. You'd be doing something in the apartment or whatever, and you would see something walk past, and you'd look, and there was never anything there. And taking the dog down the steps, go take him out, and we were on the second floor. You get on the first flight, and it goes to a landing, and then you get on another step, and we hit the landing. Dog and I walks right in, and we're going down, and all of a sudden, dog looked behind, and I swear it felt like something ran down the steps, just ran past me.
Things to do, I guess.
I've never seen
gotta get outta
anything,
here.
though.
My kid keeps talking about his aunt or his grandma Ruby, who it's fucked up because there's no way he should know anything about her. She died before he was born, like weeks before he was
So
born.
he just threw out her name.
He calls her Grandma Ruby.
Was that her name?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ruby. Yeah, and he keeps saying things that she would say, like "so long, suckers." and shit like that. It's very odd, and he says that she keeps saying, I want to go home, which is fucking weird. And he says she's only around when Nana's not around. I tried to ask him in ways that wouldn't influence him to say anything. Yeah. I'm like, well, where's she at? Where does she stay? And he's like, well, she's at Nana's sometimes, only when Nana's not around.
They're not in this house.
No. There's probably something here. We've heard it while doing this show. But
how old is this house?
150 plus.
Ooh.
So
Look, they had a nice cardinal outside the window.
Any more on ghosts?
nope. I would say maybe, but probably not.
Well, if
There's probably explanations to everything that
but if
we think
I
is
mean
happening.
if ghosts are what people think they are, I mean scientifically, like you can't destroy matter.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's energy.
true. Yeah, it's probably just matter or energy that's manifesting itself over.
Maybe we just can't see it, too.
Yeah.
To the naked eye. Maybe there is something there that's doing stuff, but you can't see it.
Yeah, the afterlife is just walking around where you are, which is why
Opening doors and shit.
which is why I don't want to die at work and be trapped down there for all
How do
eternity.
you know you'd be trapped there? And could you walk out?
I don't
What's
know.
the rules?
The alarm goes
Does
off
anyone
and they're
know the
like,
rules
hold
of
it
that?
right there.
Yeah. I did have
Not today.
Do I have time to tell 2 experiences at work?
Sure.
Where you died.
No.
Oh.
I was coming down. Do people? We work in a cave, people.
Mm.
The front entrance.
The main.
Yeah, the main.
Mhm.
Not where we take a right now as soon as we get in there, but like go back in. And the company that owns the mine, they have their headquarters like right, their main office right there. I was coming out the one day, and nobody else was late in the afternoon, and there was nobody else. I'll have to say the word. Nobody in that shaft. The mine. And I was walking, and I didn't hear that door to that office open or anything. I just saw somebody. I just kind of glanced up and saw somebody there. They started walking towards down like they were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I just there was a person down there, and like I put my head, kept walking, and then when I looked up again, I was like there was no one was there.
Hmm.
And I walked through a cold spot in that place too. I was leaving work one time, and I'm just walking, cause you know how warm it is.
Oh yeah.
But there's like pockets of cold air all over
Yeah,
the place.
well,
down there.
breath.
Okay.
Breath went out, and like I stopped and like was like what, and then it the cold disappeared.
You saw cold breath.
I actually saw my breath like it would be like on a winter morning or something like
Wow.
I'm just walking and breathing, and it just got extremely cold, and when I breathed out, like I could see my breath go out, and then like it stopped me, and I'm looking around, and
I've never had anything happen weird in the mine.
No, you hear stuff all the time down there, but I mean, it's cave.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be a bat somewhere.
Yeah, there's probably bats all over the place down there. Yeah.
I see. There's at least 2 dead mice on my walk out of work that I see. They're just squished in there.
Yeah,
by
in the middle of the
tires.
walkway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
You
Iron
just
Mountain.
leave it there.
I've seen dead snakes down there too. Little
I've
garter
seen-
snakes.
yeah,
get
I've seen
crushed.
snakes.
My brother, when he was working for the can I just say Iron Mountain, or do I need to cut
I
that?
just said Iron Mountain.
Okay, then fine. He worked for Iron Mountain
Whatever. People.
Maintenance, and a family of raccoons had gotten down there. And they told everybody that they had captured them and taken them out. And my brother's like, no, we went back and shot them. But don't tell anybody that.
I would cut it now.
Yeah.
I would cut Iron Mountain.
And also, I guess, a baby deer at one point was running through the woods and made its way towards the mine and got caught in one of the gates and couldn't get out.
They pop it.
Yes, they did. So, they're waiting to use those guns.
Coming out of there.
When we get off the air, did you hear about what happened yesterday with... Alright, let's just get off the air. Alright, ghost, yes, no?
Maybe.
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 Okay, I'll go with maybe too. That's fine.
Are there any other ones you wanna?
No,
Demon
well,
possession.
let's just go through some quick ones and just say yes or no.
Chupacabra. No.
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 New Jersey Devil.
No.
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 It's the
Wendigo.
Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils are a hockey team.
Yes, they are real. Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers are fascinating.
Yeah,
but
they are. No.
I don't think so. No.
What are skinwalkers?
They're Native American legend of shapeshifters. Skinwalkers.
Yeah, they
call
kind of
them.
look like people, but...
But they could take the form of like a dog or a wolf or
No.
a.
And we all believe in the Illuminati on this show. In fact, we're big supporters of the Illuminati. So.
I love triangles too.
All right, that's it for this show. We'll be back someday. Don't know.
Sunday.
Whenever. I don't know.
Ooh, I have a topic.
I got a bunch too, so we'll look at those. All right.
Good.
What if I have a topic? Fuck you guys.
Write in. What should the email be? I have one for the Johnsequitur. Do you want to just use that?
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't matter. All right. Write into make.
You're the one that gets all the stuff, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably easy.
Yeah, if you want to
stuff,
check
right?
8 emails, go ahead and send.
No,
throw
just
it.
makesensejohn@gmail.com. Send any questions, comments, stories about ghosts you have, whatever, in, and we'll read them next time we do a show. All right. See you later.